Hello everyone and welcome to the final round of the 2025 RPES 305 Sprint Car Series season. You're watching qualifying here live at the dirt track at Charlotte. The current track record was set last November by 𝐑𝐏𝐄𝐒 with a 14.208, and Richie Gaines was the winner 1 year ago on November 18th, 2024. See Dalton Scheer currently top of the board. That will be a new track record for Dalton Scheer. We have not seen him in competition in the last 2 or 3 weeks. We are currently watching the 96 of Jordan Navarro. He was 17th quick on his lap. Now Jason Haynes here works to complete lap number 1 here in TJ Visuals qualifying. He puts him, his first lap did not count. Jimbo Rooney just went to the top of the chart, so your current point leader heading into tonight, the fastest lap out of anyone. So that is your brand new track record here at the dirt track at Charlotte with a 13.939. So about 3/10 faster than the previous track record beforehand. Now we'll head into right rear racing heat race number 1 for the finale here in the RPES World Championships presented by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. So starting on the pole of right rear racing heat race number 1 with the 29 of Kevin Goodall. It picked up a podium last week at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Joseph Groom will have an EOL for this evening, so he will be delegated to the tail, but he is scheduled to go second. Third will be the 72 of Hunter Benson, who, if memory serves me right, he finished second at this event last year. And your current point leader heading into tonight, the 27 of Jimbo Rooney, just needs to finish 14th or better in the feature event to clinch the championship for the second straight year over Ty Dickinson. Cody Wickard in car 5 will go from 5th. 6th will be the 83 of Greg Robinson. And going 7th, the 96 of Jordan Navarro. And 8th, a newcomer, Braden Drury in the 21. So that is your 8-car field for 8 laps around the dirt track at Charlotte. Top 4 the 8-car field will move on. Last night was race 1 of 5 on the week for the World Championships. We had the Formula 4 cars race 2 events last night at the Circuit of the Americas. Tomorrow night we'll be in action with the big blocks right here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We have about 35 entries right now. That'll be live about 9:15 p.m. Eastern right here on Reigel Promotions Esports. As Kevin Goodall will be set to fire here in turn 3 and 4 to lead us off in right rear racing heat race number 1. As the third party gaming green flag is out. See, Goodall leads over Rooney and Benson. Wickard has a Robinson there to his inside. Wickard will now move up from the 5th spot, take that spot away momentarily, almost make contact. I do not think they made contact there though. Could be wrong, but that moves Greg Robinson up to the final transfer spot. Now Jordan Navarro, after starting 7th, will look to the inside of the 83 through 3 and 4. Momentum prevails up top for car 83. Jimbo Rooney just set the 6:18 engraving and design fastest lap of the heat race. as he continues to track down your race leader, Kevin Goodall. Navarro continues to chip into that transfer spot. He is not letting Greg Robinson get away here in the closing laps. See, Robinson's doing that like slide job line. I feel like it's kind of working in 1 and 2, but definitely not as much in 3 and 4. See if Navarro is going to be able to get back by him here. As Navarro now slide up, he will just come right across the nose. He does have it just barely at the line. Robinson, I'm sure, going to come right back at him with the slider. Goes up over the cushion. That allows Navarro to come back at him. So Navarro now with the 4th and final transfer as they come to the white flag. Going to be close here at the end, but looks like Kevin Goodall will take the win here in Right Rear Racing Heat Race number 1 over Jimbo Rooney. Hunter Benson and Jordan Navarro will take the 4th and final transfer spot. Everyone else will have to go through the 618 engraving and design B-main later on this evening. So your non-transfer card were the 83 of Greg Robinson, the 11 of Joseph Groom, 5 of Cody Wickard, and the 21 of Braden Drury. Now we'll move into 𝐾𝐒 Cinematography Heat Race number 2 on the evening. Another 8-car field set to grid here. Nathan Nett, who we saw make his return for the first time since, I believe, back in May, will go from P1. To his outside will be the 66 of Jason Haynes, who we saw have a great run at Port Royal last month in October. And the 77 of Matt Sweeney, who may have a penalty for this one. He will go for the 3rd spot. 4th, your second fast qualifier tonight, the 115 of Dalton Shear, who we've seen be very close to capturing a victory numerous times this season, but has not been able to do so. Devin Eaker will go from 5th in the 096. 6th will be the 16 of Jeremy Christensen. Going 7th, the legend, Robert Puckett in the car 30. And alongside of him will be the 45 of Brent Thompson. So once again, 8 laps, top 4 will move on here in the 8-lap 𝐾𝐒 Cinematography Heat Race number 2. As you can see there, the 77 of Matt Sweeney is in the pit area as he has a penalty from earlier in the year for not to resulting in a cannot start this heat race. The 31 here of Nathan Annette will lead us to the green as my cat wants to be held and continues to claw at me. But Nathan Annette gets a great jump there in the beautiful, almost Carolina blue race car there. And it's Jason Haynes in the 2nd spot. Now we got Eaker and Shear side by side. Top side momentum will prevail here as the track is ultra fast here in the early goings. Jeremy Christensen looking to do the same thing. He will move into the 4th and final transfers. Now you got Eaker and Puckett, the first 2 cars out of the transfer spots. Puckett does like a kind of a slider line. See if he has anything for Eaker. He's going to hold it down on the inside. The Arkansas driver does just that. You can see we're missing a great battle up front here. We got Haynes, Annette, and Shear all battling as they're going to be 3 wide here as they go into 1 and 2. This may not end up well. Haynes comes up the racetrack. Annette gets into him. They're still battling for the race lead. Now it's Haynes and Shear out front. Shear slides across. Haynes comes down the racetrack, nearly takes out Christensen without knowing he was even there. But Haynes now to the lead. The Canadian has the point here as we're 3 laps left in this one. Shear diamonds it off the corner. He'll set himself up for another slide job attempt here in 3 and 4. Haynes comes right back down the racetrack. He should lead at the line, and he does. 2 laps to go in this one. What a heat race here for 𝐾𝐒 Cinematography Heat Race number 2. Shear, another slide job here in 3 and 4. Just enough. He does lead the lap. 1 lap left in this one. As Haynes comes right back across his nose. He's going to go down to protect. See if he's able to hold it here. Shear comes through, almost make contact. Haynes takes the win here in the second heat race. Shear finishes second. Third was Christensen. As looks like Robert Puckett ends up getting the fourth spot. I saw some contact happen in the background. Not 100% sure what transpired. But nonetheless, looks like Robert Puckett will be moving on to tonight's feature event from heat race number 2. In your non-transfer cars were Devin Eaker, Brent Thompson, Nathan Annette, and Matt Sweezy, who did not start that one. Now we'll head into the third and final heat race of the evening, presented by Twisted Speed. Armando Melgoza, who we've not seen in quite some time, will start from the pole in the 531. The 010, who's shown quite a lot of speed over the last couple weeks, Mason White. Zachary Good, another driver we have not seen in a few weeks. We're off from P3. And flying Fred Hoffman in car 13 will go from 4th. Mackenzie Milwain, another face that we have not seen in a while, will go from the 5th spot in the 111. And then 6th, currently 2nd in the standings, the 67 of Ty Dickinson. No matter where Ty Dickinson finishes tonight, he will finish 2nd or 1st. Just depends on where he ends up finishing the main event. Then going from 7th will be the 41 of Jacob Morris, who just signed up to be a full-time member for Regal Promotions Esports in 2026, just about 2 hours ago. It does look like Mason White did miss the start, so he'll have to come out of the pit lane here. And I think it may put him a lap down, because that's usually what iRacing ends up doing. But Melgoza will wait till nearly the start-finish line here, and he goes. So we got pack racing here early on, 3 wide momentarily. But flying Fred Hoffman from his original starting spot of 4th up to the lead as they come out of turn 4. Melgoza now in the 2nd spot. Milwain and Dickinson almost gets into Melgoza there. But currently Dickinson is in your 4th and final transfer spot. Jacob Morris runs in the 5th spot. 6th is Zachary Good, and then Mason White is a lap down. He is, I believe, out there in the 7th position. So Hoffman leads over Melgoza. Now Milwain comes through. He makes contact with Fred Hoffman. Multiple cars involved. This should bring out a 618 engraving design yellow flag, and it does. Sure, an EOL will be coming the way for the 111 there of Milwain. I know that was not his intention to end up getting into him, but nonetheless, it resulted in it. See, he tries to slide in there on the bottom to get by the 531. He just goes a little bit too hard in there and ends up getting the back of the 13. I'm sure Fred probably had no clue that was coming. Got blindsided by it. And just tough break there for Hoffman and Melgoza, really. But Hoffman able to get his fast repair. He should be able to make his way back out. I just will have to start from the tail now, obviously. The only driver still in the pit area, I believe, is, the 531 of Armando Melgoza. He must have towed to the pit area. That may have been what the difference was there. Now you can see the 111 of Mackenzie Milwain will be receiving an EOL there, so they'll be at the tail right behind the 13 of Fred Hoffman. Hopefully no shenanigans happen after this, but I would assume not. we get back underway. Jacob Morris, I believe, is your race leader, and yes, he is. So Jacob Morris and Zachary Good were running 5th and 6th before that yellow, and they are now on the front row as we restart this event. 3 laps left for Morris. See Dickinson there working about a lane lower than Zachary Good as they go through 3 and 4. He dimes it off the corner, see if he can get a run at it through 1 and 2. Gets through the slick stuff though, and loses some ground on him. Good, however, though, is staying right there with the 4 of Jacob Morris. So Hoffman actually, I forgot the Mason White there looks like he's running 4th, but he is still a lap down from having to start from the pit lane. So Fred Hoffman is your 4th and final transfer currently. So Jacob Morris there picks up the win in Twisted Speed Heat Race number 3. Zachary Good will also transfer, and then so is Ty Dickinson and Fred Hoffman. Your non-transfer cars will be Mackenzie Milwane, Mason White, and Armando Melgoza. Now I'll move into our 11 car 618 engraving and design B main. 10 of these cars will move on as we have 23 cars in attendance this evening. And they'll go this way. Greg Robinson from the pole. Alongside will be the 096 of Devin Eaker. 111 of Mackenzie Milwane goes in 3rd. 4th, Joseph Groom in the 11. And 45, Brent Thompson goes 5th. 6th, the 010 of Mason White. 7th will be the 5 of Cody Wickard. 8th, the 131 of Nathan Annette. 9th, Armando Melgoza in the 531. And then 10th, the 21 of Braden Drury. And from the tail will be the 77 of Matt Sweezy. All 11 cars have made the call. So 11 cars for 10 spots in the final 305 event of the season. This is the 16th point race that we have ran in the 2025 season. At 16 different racetracks as well. Reminder that tonight's champion will receive $75 and a championship trophy. Second place in the standings will receive $60. Third will be $50. Fourth, $35, and fifth will receive $30. As Greg Robinson here will lead the field to the third-party gaming green flag at a turn 4. It's Robinson, Milwane, and Eaker, your top 3. 4th spot now is Joseph Groom over Mason White, Brent Thompson, Cody Wickard, Armando Melgoza. Eaker nearly gets in the wall there, stacks up the couple cars behind him. See Brent Thompson there working through kind of the top to middle as he works by Armando Melgoza, moving to the 7th spot momentarily. You can see a couple cars there get together in the back of the field. I believe that was Nathan Annette and Braden Drury. All right, get another look at this one. See what brought out the 618 engraving design caution flag. See 24 just sort of comes up the racetrack and meets a 31 in the middle. 31 was kind of coming down the racetrack. 24 was coming up, and they just both met right in the middle. Nathan, he's definitely got some pretty severe damage there on the 131 car. Looks like he is not going to take it down Dirt Series Promotions pit lane. So he will stay out and charge on. Braden Drury did look like he got a fast repair, so we'll see if Nathan Annette's able to hold on for that 10th and final transfer spot, even with his damage. While we got a moment here, looks like we still have one more caution lap. Obviously, presenting sponsor of this week's World Championships is Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. They've just recently made their return. I know they have a micro sprint race coming up, and then on Sunday nights recently they have been doing well, actually I think Saturday nights they've been doing a Jetta car, which is free content at a bunch of different racetracks. They're usually all free to enter. If you're interested, make sure to check them out on their website or on Facebook. As I will get back to third-party gaming green flag here just in a few moments. Greg Robinson is back on the hammer. Milwayne, Eaker, and White still your top four. Oh, as you see, Joseph Groom there makes contact with the outside wall. Now to gate him to the back of the field, he'll now be 11th spot for car 11. He makes quick work there of the 131 to move back into the transfer spot, though. It's obviously with some front end damage and no front wing. That is not good for a handling race car. So you see Brent Thompson there runs in the 6th spot. He was looking to the inside of Cody Wicker, but lost a bunch of ground there. Now Malgosa with the top side men, and we'll see if he can get back by him, and he will, as Thompson slips up there pretty severely off the corner. Oh, you see, Groom makes a evasive contact. I mean, evasive maneuver there, trying not to get into the 45 car. Milwayne just went for a slide job for the race lead. We'll be coming to the white flag here as Robinson throws another haymaker at him in 3 and 4. Milwayne shooting up. Robinson still has it at the line. Milwayne comes right back at him in 1 and 2. Robinson right back down to the inside, side by side as they go into 3 and 4 for the final time. Who is going to get to the line first? It is going to be Robinson by a nose. So Robinson wins the 618 engraving design B main by 0.053 seconds. Your final finish is Robinson, Milwayne, Eaker, White, Wickard, Malgosa, Sweezy, Thompson, Groom, and Drury. Those are your 10 transfer cars. And your one car that will be going home for the evening will be the 131 of Nathan Annette. Now we'll head into our full throttle motorsports warm-up session for the evening. It is set for 5 minutes. Do not know if we are actually going to run that much, as our track is actually in pretty decent shape. That'll be up to the admin for tonight, Benjamin Wirt. But we'll this will give me a few minutes here to mention a couple sponsors we've not gotten to mention yet. We did not have a 4th heat race tonight. That is brought to you by the RPE shop. So if you ever need any merchandise for Reigel Promotions Esports, make sure to hit us up on Facebook or join our Discord. We have t-shirts, hoodies, and even posters. And our drivers meeting, as always, is brought to you by Admin Box, qualifying by TJ Visuals. The warm-up session is brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. We'll have a 4-wide salute here in a few moments. That'll be by Victory Fuel. The hard charger each week is brought to you by Twisted Speed. And Victory Lane is by Roy's Graphics, who is not in a competition tonight, but they support our series by offering a lot of bonuses and make a lot of the paint schemes that you see out here on the racetrack each and every week. They're the victory lane sponsor for the 305 and 360 Sprint Car Series for the duration of 2025. The last lap bonus award is by F&D Awareness. It's $5 if a driver is able to win a race on the last lap. And the Mr. Clean Driver Award is brought to you by Triplet Motors, and they will receive a free entry to the series in 2026. That is to the driver that has the least amount of incident points out of our full-time drivers that have competed in over half of our events. As I said earlier, we are continuing to roll here. This is just night 2 of 5 on the week for the RPS World Championships by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. Tomorrow night we'll be in action with 50 laps with the big block modifieds right here at Charlotte. Wednesday night we'll wrap up the 360 series at 8:30 p.m. Eastern with 30 laps, and then we'll do 200 miles on Thursday as we wrap up the Pavement Elite Series for the season. All those races, if you're interested, you can join them by joining our Discord or applying to the league that they are in. And we'll have our award show to end the season on Sunday, December 7th. We'll talk to a lot of our champions and award winners that we had throughout the year. And we'll go over a few things that are going to be different in 2026. And then December 8th through the 18th, we'll be releasing a schedule, at least one schedule per day, as we lead up to Christmas. And then recently announced, Benjamin Wirt and I will be doing the race control for the return of Dirt Car Esports. We'll have an event there, $500 to win on December 9th through the 11th. Registration will be open this Friday night, so make sure you get signed up. Only 120 drivers will be able to enter the event. And then we'll be opening up our 2026 season with our debut for Rocket League. We'll have 3v3 teams. It's free to enter, and the playoffs will be live on Third Party Gaming. That'll kick off right after New Year's. It'll be a 6-week season. And it should be a lot of fun to do something a little different from our normal iRacing stuff. Looks like we're going to run the full warm-up session here, so we'll move in here to our main event in just a few moments. Told some of the drivers here earlier, but the next 3-5 event for Reigel Promotions Esports will be the 3rd annual RPES 305 Nationals, which will be at I-55 Raceway next year on June 8th through the 10th in 2026. We had 70 cars enter this year and had a great 3 nights. So we're looking forward to doing it even better here next year in 2026. So the final time in 2025, we will be getting ready here to look at the starting grid for the RPES World Championships by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions for the RPES 305 Sprint Car Series. Going for 22nd in car 21 will be the Braden Drury. Then going from the inside of row 11 will be the 11 out of Michigan, Joseph Groom. Then going 20th will be the 45 of Brent Thompson. 19th will be the 77 out of the Great North, Matt Sweeney. Then the 531 out of Arizona will be Armando Melgoza in 18th. The 5 out of Pennsylvania will be Cody Wickard in the 17th spot. 16th, the 010 of Mason White. 15th will be the 096 of Devin Eaker. 14th will be another driver from up north, Mackenzie Milway in the 111. 13th will be the 83 of Greg Robinson. Going 12th, we Flying Fred Hoffman, who is yet to pick up a victory in the 305 series, but has shown significant speed throughout the year. Going 11th, the Legend. He is one of our original drivers, the 30 of Robert Puckett. And going 10th, he won it back in April at the Kokomo Speedway. It's the 96 of Jordan Navarro. Then currently second in the current standings, a 67 of Ty Dickinson. Then going 8th, will be the 16 of Jeremy Christensen. 7th will be the 72 of Hunter Benson. Now to your top 6 starters on the grid. Will be the 018 of Zachary Good. 115 of Dalton Shear goes from 5th. 4th, your current point leader, Jimbo Rooney. And then 3rd, Jacob Morris. 2nd, Jason Haynes in the 66. And your pole sitter for this evening, the 29 of Kevin Goodall. So these drivers are getting into position for tonight's Victory Fuel 4 wide salute. For the final time this season, the drivers get into the 4 wide salute. Now to catch up to the iRacing pace truck and get ready for 25 laps of non-stop action here at the dirt track at Charlotte. As I said last time, when we were at the dirt track at Charlotte last November, Richie Gaines was victorious. He is not in competition tonight, so we are guaranteed a new winner here at this speedway. Second place last time was your 7th place starter, the 72 of Hunter Benson. Of course, Kevin Goodall just coming off his best career finish with the 305 series, finishing 3rd last week at Bristol Motor Speedway. And Jason Haynes, podium finish as well back at Port Royal. Jacob Morris, another surprise driver up front though, as he has not had too many great finishes in the recent events, but he finds himself starting in the top 3. And of course, Jimbo Rooney, your current point leader. However, he has not won a race since April, so he'd love to cap off the season with a win. So Kevin Goodall, great start for him as he gets us underway here for the RPES World Championships by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. We are 3 wide there with Haynes, Shear, and Morris. And now Shear looks like he will lead it. He will get 2nd place at the line there. Goodall out front. Rooney slides up in front. Oh, Haynes into the wall now. Haynes jumps the tire of Morris as Rooney had slid across. So that brings out our first 618 engraving and design caution flag of this feature event with just 1 lap in. See Rooney, he slides up there. A 4 has to get on the binders, and a 66 just has nowhere to go then, and ends up jumping the tire. That puts him in the wall, and yet luckily no one else was able, it ended up getting involved now. Actually, I spoke too soon. 24 ends up clipping him there at the end, but still, with 20 cars behind him pushing through, good to see that only 1 car end up being involved in it. At least he'll be able to get his fast repair. He will have to go to the back, obviously, but at least he'll still be able to be on the lead lap to this point. When we go back racing, we'll have 2 laps complete. Still 23 laps left in tonight's championship finale. As we spoke before we went green, though, Jimbo Rooney leads the all-time win list with 6 wins throughout his career in the 305 Sprint Car Series. But he has not picked up a win since I-55 back on April 14th this year. We should have 20 in, like, I believe in, we have 20 different winners all time with the 305 Sprint Car Series. As Kevin Goodall leads us back to third-party gaming, green flag. See Shear, once again, you can see him working that inside line. He slides up, he takes that second spot away from Jacob Morris. Jimbo Rooney right in behind him. He is in the 4th spot. Zachary Good now runs in 5th. 6th spot is the 16 of Jeremy Christensen. Then running 7th is Ty Dixon. Rooney going to go for a slide jump attempt. Nope, he thought better of it. He did not slide all the way up. He leaves some room there for the 4 of Jacob Morris. He now will slide up in front. Morris going to go try to power on the outside. He does. Power move on Morris to get himself back into the 3rd spot, at least momentarily. See, it is very slick in the middle side of that racetrack. Tough to slide across at the moment. But them battling has allowed the top 2 to get away, and also Zachary Good and Christensen now breathing down Rooney's neck as he continues to work to try to get by Morris. Now back in the 7th spot is Dickinson with Hoffman, and you can see Benson and White right outside of your top 10 at the moment. White going to try to diamond it off the corner. This is a battle for the 9th spot on the speedway. Not able to get anything going there. Out front, Kevin Goodall still leading the way in car 29. So it's Goodall, Shear, White. Now you can see this is a great battle on the speedway. 3 cars battling for that 4th spot. Good. Yeah, Zachary Good thought he had it there for a second, but was not able to clear Rooney. Rooney now back to the 4th spot here. That allows Christensen. Now you can see Dickinson and Hoffman going to look to join the fray here momentarily. As we are now 10 laps into this one. I just spoke too soon. I was about to say something, but no. We get our second 618 engraving design caution flag. It's like maybe Cody Wickard and Armando Melgoza made the ball in this one. Yeah, it looks like it starts up here with Wickard and Groom. It looks like maybe it may have been netcode. That was at least my momentarily thought on it. Watching from the farm. See, Groom comes to slide across. Try to see if we can get a, yeah, there we go. We can get a better look at it here. No, did not look, actually does not look like it was. Yeah, Groom slides across. You can tell he's trying to get out of the throttle, but they do end up making contact, and the 5 ends up getting to the wall there. Yeah, Melgoza kind of had just nowhere to go as he was just trying to make it by the wreck with unscathed and was not able to do so. Tough break there for the 5 at Goodall and the 531. Of Armando Melgoza. But 10 laps in, 15 laps left in the season. Reminder, Jimbo Rooney just needs to finish inside the top 14 to guarantee his championship. And before this event began, Ty Dickinson already racked up the 2nd spot. So regardless of where he finishes in this one, he will at least finish 2nd in the final standings. Fred Hoffman is battling with Jordan Navarro in the current standings, so he has about 10 or so spots on him, so he's looking pretty good in that battle. Navarro's 4th, and then 5th, looking like it's going to be between Benson and Shear. So as long as Benson's having any severe trouble, he should be able to get the 5th spot in the final standings. See, Shear here going to give it his best shot here on restart, gets a great jump. He slides up in front of Goodall. He will lead the lap here with 14 laps left in this one. Goes to the inside to try to protect momentarily. You see, Rooney was able to finally get by Morris as well. As Goodall tries to come back at him at the bottom, but not able to get anything going there. Shear, from the very beginning, has been able to work that low side better than about anyone on the speedway. Rooney's going to go for it. That was close. He almost got into the 15. Rooney and Goodall battling as hard as you possibly can for that spot. Racetrack is very difficult right now. With how slick the middle is, you really have to throw it in there if you're going to make a slide job work. See Rooney, he is pushing the top as much as he can, trying to get back to the bumper of the 29. He almost gets there. Now he's going to be stuck in the dirty air though behind the 29. So he diamonds it back down. See if he can get alongside of him. He's probably going to throw a slider here as we get a 618 engraving and design caution flag. Just when we did not need to see it. It was just getting good up front. It's like Jordan Navarro and Braden Drury involved in this one. Oh, I think get a better angle there. But I think Navarro saw Milwain coming down the racetrack. They were about to meet, and he overcorrected, and that's what ended up having the 21 get into the back of him. I think he sees it at the last second and tries to get out of it, and he gets sideways. Just kind of racing is there. Definitely not the 24 car's fault. Just part of the deal. As the field here waits for the pace truck to catch up to them. We will have 10 laps to go. We get back to it. I believe this will be our final double file restart. As once we get under 10 laps to go, we will be single file the rest of the way regardless. But yeah, like we said, as long as Hunter Benson doesn't have any significant issues, which he is currently in the 16th spot and Shear is leading, so that could throw a wrench on who gets the final hanging spot in the point standings, as it really is down between Hunter Benson and Dalton Shear. They came into tonight separated by just 48 points, which is about the amount of points that separates 16th and a race win. Shear fires to the third-party gaming green flag. Rooney slides up. He now takes that second spot away, so he's been able to pick off the drivers on the restarts. One driver per restart the last 2 times around. Now Goodall in the 3rd spot. Now you see Morris and Christensen going to work there for the 4th spot. R4 still going to keep it though. Christensen and White go side by side. Christensen still way down below by the tractor tires. Shear continues to lead over Rooney and Goodall. Christensen almost gets into Morris. Morris just barely clears him off of turn 2 as we get our 4th 618 engraving and design caution flag. Sad news for Hunter Benson. Looks like he is involved in this one. I believe it's going to start with that move there. So the 83 just gets a little sideways, and the 111 just wasn't able to slow down in time. Brent Thompson gets into the wall, comes down, and collects the 72. So yeah, just kind of all a chain reaction as to what happened there. 45 just overcorrects, trying to avoid the other crash. And Navarro once again, 2nd time tonight, being involved in something. Now that really had nothing to do with him. Well, I guess the first time it kind of had something to do with him, since he was the one that ended up spinning out. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But we have 7 laps left, and as I said on the last caution, we will be single file the rest of the evening, as once we get under 10 to go, iRacing makes it single file regardless. So yes, as long as Jimbo Rooney does not have any mechanical issues here at the end, he will clinch his 2nd straight championship in the 305 Sprint Car Series. I believe we may be coming back to it this time, as Yep, iRacing pace truck made his way to the infield, so Shear will fire once you get by here in 3 and 4. Bernie tries to hook the inside. Made some headway, but not enough to get to Shear. Shear, 6 laps left at the line. He is looking for his first career win in the 305 Sprint Car Series. He has been very close many, many times with the series. So Rudy East still working all he got on the top side. Kevin Goodall still holding down the 3rd spot after leading the early stages of this one. Morris and White battling tooth and nail there. White on his outside. He goes the long way around as they battle for the 4th spot. White should have it at the line, and he does. He just barely muscles his way by. So Morris in the 5th spot. Groom has worked his way up into the top 10 again after being involved in an early incident. See Hoffman working his way to the inside as well. So we have just 3 laps left in this one. Hoffman gets in the inside tractor tire. He continues to keep it going, but it does look like he has some front end damage. Yeah, as he does. He sends it up the racetrack. That may end up bringing the caution flag out. Oh, it does not. Yep, it does. So we'll get a green-white checkered. As yeah, I could tell after he hit that tire, it looked like he had some front end damage. He has front end. Once that happens, you just can't turn. And he just pushed all the way up to the wall. And once the field comes by, iRacing always will throw a yellow for that since the driver's up against the wall. Well, at least, well, hopefully always throw that. iRacing isn't always so consistent with their caution throwing. We've had many times where people could be driving almost backwards, and iRacing will not want to throw a yellow. But Dalton Shear in the 115 still looking very impressive in this one, as he looks to break in to the top 5 in the standings to close the year out in that 115 car and go out in a big way with his first career win. Back in season 1, we had a similar thing happen with Brian Kling, who I believe finished 2nd in the standings in that one as well. Picked up his first career win to end that season as well. Yeah, Dalton Shear has 13 career starts entering tonight. He has 3 podiums, 5 top 5s, 8 top 10s, 1 fast time this year, and 5 heat race wins, and also a B main win. And he has finished 2nd on 3 separate occasions. So let's hope we don't jinx him and make this the 4th one. Shear will lead us back to the green. Green, white, checkered coming here at the dirt track of Charlotte. Rooney gonna give it all it's got on the cushion. As I believe, yep, we do. We get another 618 engraving and design caution flag. So another green, white checkered is coming at us. I think it may have been Zachary Good. Tough to tell here. Oh, does look. Yep, caution flag came out before we even got going here. To tell what happened here, it looks like maybe they just get caught together. Not 100% sure. Nonetheless, I believe that is what our caution flag is for. I'm sure that was a manual caution by our race control this evening. It's always the most frustrating when they can't get fired off the line correctly, especially if you're the race leader. We've seen time and time again with some of these races. You want the least amount of restarts as possible if you're the race leader, because that just gives the 2nd place driver that many more chances to be able to guess the start right and try to get to you. Good news for Dalton Shearers, though. Hunter Benson is out of the race in 20th. So that should definitely allow Shearer, barring disaster, to clinch that 5th spot in the final point standings. And he would take home $30 on the year for his efforts. Green flag is out as we try this one more time. Tries to get another run down the back straightaway. See Goodall also working his way into the frame there in the 29. I'll get 2 more cars together. White flag is out though. So no more cautions can be thrown once the white flag is out for the race leader. But through 3 and 4 the final time, Shearer gonna have the top side. He will survive. He will pick up his first career win to end the season here. So it's Shearer, Rooney, and Goodall. That is your top 3 tonight here at the dirt track at Charlotte for the RPES World Championships by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. So we said, pretty hard fought victory here for the 115, as he has tried many times to make it in victory lane, and he finally does it here tonight. See, he even lost a tire. I'm sure that was not malicious by Jordan Navarro. Probably just trying to congratulate him and end up getting into him. But your final results here after 27 laps. Dalton Shearer with the win over Jimbo Rooney and Kevin Goodall. We'll get a word with those 3 here in just a few moments. Jeremy Christensen ends up finishing 4th. Jacob Morris in 5th. 6th, Matt Sweeney. 7th, Ty Dickinson. 8th, Jason Haynes. 9th, Fred Hoffman. 10th, Brent Thompson. 11th, Milwayne. 12th, White. 13th, Robinson. Then Eaker, Groom, Good, Wickard, Navarro, Puckett, and Benson. That rounds out your top 20. And finishing 21st was Drury. And rounding out the field was a 531 of Armando Melgoza. See how many drivers we have in our waiting room. Looks like we do have our race winner, Dalton Shearer. So we're going to work with them first. Hey, Dalton, how you doing?
Pretty good after that one.
Well, you finally did it. You finally were able to win a race with Reigel Promotions Esports.
Yeah. I was definitely getting nervous there and kept flying out when I got a lead on Jimbo, but I guess it worked itself out. So it stressed me out a little bit, but it's all right. I'm glad I'm in victory lane.
Yeah, it got pretty hairy there, especially in the final corner. Obviously, he gave you plenty of room, but he definitely gave it all he had in the last couple laps, and Goodall was also right there as well. You 3 were really seemed like the class of the field all night long.
Yeah. What was it? The restart with like 15 to go. I knew I had to make a move there because I started on the outside, and then just take advantage of the clean air and being where I need to be on the racetrack, and able to choose a lane and use that slider lane where you cut off all the momentum. He doesn't have anything on the top, where I felt like that's what screwed me in out Eldora. So I kind of used my advantage here.
Yeah, 100%. And also, you were one of the few drivers that I felt like were able to move around a lot during the race, especially in the beginning. I saw you use the low side to your advantage quite a bit.
Yeah, I learned that a couple months ago. I raced the 360s here, and I got my first ever 360 win here. and I cut a 3-second lead by using the bottom. So I pulled that out of my hat for the main event.
Well, congratulations on the win. I believe also you should be finishing fifth in the final standing, so you'll take home a few extra bucks for that. And is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
I heard my parents cheering downstairs, so that's pretty exciting. Definitely gonna have to send this one out to the boys and stuff. And so the ones I'm gonna send it to, shout out Jordy, Shaver, Pat Reedy. They're the ones I normally watch, and then my mom, dad, my sister Brittany. She'll get this video and be pissed off I didn't send her the link. But yeah, everyone will see the highlights of this one for sure. And thank you for always doing this. And it's good to be in victory lane, like I said. Felt like I've been second too many times, but it's definitely worth it now.
Well, like I said, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you in 2026.
Yep, for sure.
All right, now we'll get a word with actually we're gonna do an audible. We'll get a word with Kevin Goodall first, since Jimbo Rooney did finish second, but he is also our champion, so we'll save him for last. Hey Kevin, how you doing?
Not too bad.
Well, I mean, you did a pretty good job. I mean, I feel like you were kind of using the middle side better than about anyone out there. Even after you lost the lead, you were still able to keep up with the top two. Is there anything else you think you could have done to get a couple spots higher?
I don't know. I was really married to that line the whole race. It was working out really well in practice. I noticed I was gaining on a lot of people using it in practice, but I wasn't about to let anybody know I was using it. But it worked out for me in the end. I mean, I'll take third.
I mean, you definitely ended the season strong. I believe you finished third last week too, so two straight podium finishes. Can't complain about that to end the year.
Not at all.
Especially after I know
That's a lot better than
your tough luck you had there in the
yeah. I've had a lot of tough luck, but it all panned out towards the end. So.
Well, is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, my uncle Matt over at SRA. Him and all his friends have helped me out a lot with just a lot of tips that they've given me to help me out running a lot better. So I got to thank all them guys over at SRA.
Well, I appreciate you running, and hope to see you on Wednesday.
Yep, we'll see you Wednesday.
All right, that was your third place runner, Kevin Goodall. Finishes third for the second straight week in 305 Sprint Car Series. And finally, we'll get a word with your 2025 champion and second place finisher tonight, Jimbo Rooney. Hey, Jimbo, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Andrew?
Good. I mean, obviously, you definitely probably wanted to end the season there on a win. Hadn't won in quite some time, but still, you gave it the best shot you could. Come up a little bit short tonight, but you clinched the championship either way.
Yeah, you know what I really wanted? I wanted that $5 last lap pass. That's what I really wanted. Last year, how many lap passes did I get? And that's all I wanted all season, and I didn't get it. So, but when you're running the hard line, you don't want to do what hard does sometimes. So I had to be careful up there. I'd rather get second than last, and made it happen.
That is true. There's quite a bit of times where either not just you, but some other drivers. I mean, they might be running up the front, but something happens towards the end of the race, and they end up not getting points for because it's not like there's stages out here.
Yeah, exactly. I've gotten much wiser in my older age here, and the longer I race on here, and it's definitely easier to win championships that way because it's not all about win. So it's just wherever if you're top 5, top 10, and that's the kind of car you are that night, that's where you run.
Obviously, you'll be in action quite a few nights still throughout the week, but I know you have a great shot at sneaking inside the top 5 in the 360 series yet.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about tomorrow night too. I've had some recent luck in the big blocks a little bit, and feeling a little more comfortable with them. So you never know when you get a good run with those.
And we'll talk some more. Obviously, we'll have you on the award show here in a couple weeks as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, super excited to do it. This was the longest championship like ever. I cannot remember the first race. You know what I mean? It feels like this one has just taken forever, and it's nice to finally know it's done.
Well, actually, first off, do you want to thank anyone before I let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank Regal Promotions, Esports, you guys, man. Just you put on these awesome events, and you keep everything good and keep us busy, and I really appreciate it. And thanks, Fred, for pushing me and not wrecking me tonight. That's always nice. So yeah, that's it.
Well, thanks for running with us as always. I know you have, I think, 118 starts with us overall, which is an incredible number. And we appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, man. It's only going to keep going up. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, that was your 2025 RPES 305 Sprint Car Series champion, Jimbo Rooney, and your runner-up tonight. With that is going to do it for the 2025 season for the 305 Sprint Car Series. Thank you all for watching all season long, especially to the drivers, and especially our sponsors as well. I appreciate all the support that we always have with our series, and we look forward to continue to keep building year after year. And we still got more action coming this week. We got the big blocks tomorrow night. We got the 360s Wednesday, and then the cap off the week, we have the NASCAR trucks at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Thank you